Good evening, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I am so excited on this Thursday evening. My name, for those who don't know, I am your favorite serial entrepreneur, former educator, full-time investor, Latasha Wilson, the boss chick. And guess what's going on? Tonight, we are kicking off our Women's History Month celebration. Woo! I wish I had some sound effects right about now. But I am so ecstatic, guys, to just share with you on tonight, some amazing individuals, some schedules that we have, events that we have coming up in the near future. But I really want to highlight some women that are bosses, that are CEOs in their own right. I'm talking about women that are impacting others in their community as well as around the world, okay? Because we're well traveled too. And so you guys should be in for a treat tonight. What I want you to do before I go ahead and bring up my special guest, I need you to help me get these numbers up. You're watching on Instagram. Hello, YouTube. I'm so excited about our YouTube watchers as well. If you're following on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and push that subscribe button as I will be continuing to bring value to your stream, okay? Those of you who are watching, please do us a favor, like, and share this post right now. Go ahead and tag some people if you're on Facebook. What's up, Instagram? I need you to tag at least 3 individuals before I bring up my next guest. We're celebrating Women's History Month, all right? So go ahead. I'm going to give you guys about 5 seconds to go ahead and invite. Let's get our numbers up, Yes, guys. So I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, for those who don't know, by way of Detroit, originally from Detroit, Michigan. I'm from Detroit, the east side, where in Michigan, I went to Western Michigan University for my bachelor's and went on to get my master's at University of Detroit Mercy. And I am so happy that I did. Education is unlimited, right? There's never enough knowledge that you can know. And so as an educator, I absolutely love children, but I also love reaching the parents. I love reaching outside of the 4 walls of the classroom. So that's what led me 8 years ago to fire my boss. And fast forward, I am a full-time serial entrepreneur in this space. I as well, have a nonprofit organization that's geared towards children living in underserved communities. So still giving back and working with people of all age. And so that's what it's about, impacting others and adding value in this world that we live in, because there's so much negative around. But we're talking about women on tonight. And I have a special guest. I'm going to go ahead and bring her up. Thank you, everybody who's tapped in. Thank you for sharing this feed. Listen here. This young lady I'm about to bring up, she is dear to my heart. I met her in my early stage of teaching here in Georgia. I taught 7 years in Detroit, but moved here in about a year after my first year teaching in Georgia. I was at a school where this beauty was. And when I tell you, it was just God. He knew I needed a little sister in the city, right? I really didn't have any family here. I had moved to Georgia all by myself. But when I met Miss Precious K. Williams, hello, she wasn't married back then, but baby is a missus now. So when I met Miss Precious, lovely, when I tell y'all she is a jewel, she is, she'll tell her story, but just let me go ahead and read a little bit about her. Precious Williams is a mom. She's a coach and motivational wellness speaker based in metropolitan Atlanta, Georgia. She is also the founder of Simply Passionate Life, SPL, a lifestyle brand and wellness platform for moms on a mission to build generational health. Precious educates moms on how to lift, LIFT, themselves first to create a ripple effect in the health of their families. Her mission is to train moms on how to lighten their load, ignite their spark, and embrace a freedom mindset so that they can finally take their turn in their own lives and build generational health. All right. Now, y'all used to me talking about generational wealth, but she's building generational health. Precious earned her bachelor's degree in health science at Howard University and a master's degree in counseling at Georgia State University. Before becoming a mother, she lost 75 pounds. Woo! 75 pounds to transform her life and her health. As a result, she is extremely passionate about education and health starts with you. Listen here, her motto is you can't afford to put off your health another day. It's mom's turn. So what I want y'all to do is light up the chat right now as I bring up my sister to the stage, Miss Precious K. Williams. Woo! Let's go.
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited. Tasha is right. I don't know if they call you Latasha. I mean,
girl, they call me the boss chick, but yeah, you know me as Latasha before the boss chick was added, sis. Go ahead, whatever you want to call me tonight.
That's Tasha for me. But the boss chick, she's been a boss. She's been a boss since bosses were existing. But I'm so glad you guys have me on today. Yes, all the things that she said about me are true. I did not pay her to say any of that. I'm grateful. One thing I don't know if it was mentioned, is that my family's from Ghana. We celebrated our 67th Independence Day yesterday. So a lot of what you'll hear, if you hear a little accent, if you hear a little twang, that's just the West African in me coming out. So thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. I love the fact that, I was able to travel and meet your mom. Is she still in Illinois?
Girl, no, she didn't retire and left me in this continent by myself.
She left the whole continent and went back home, honey, and they're doing amazing things, y'all. Yeah. Her mom is so sweet. Entrepreneurship runs in her family. Her dad is amazing as well, like straight royalty. So again, Miss Precious, we are celebrating Women's History Month. And I just want to say thank you for coming on with me tonight. You're dear to my heart. And it's been a while since we've, talked, right? But we see each other on social media. We're commenting on each other's page. And now you have children. So tell us about okay, let everybody know, when we met, did you see yourself? You was an educator. You're out of the classroom now, correct? Right.
I'm out of the classroom. I still work with a school district as a program manager, but I'm out of the classroom, yes.
Okay. Did you foresee yourself leaving the classroom that early, or when did the shift happen? What happened?
What's so funny is I'm really big on passion, right? And so when I left the classroom is really when I was starting to do great. Like I had like the top numbers in 5th grade, like everything. I gained some respect, garnered some respect because I came through in like alternative teaching program. And so anything about me, I'm gonna work hard. If I'm not good at something, I'm gonna get good at something. And so by the time I was about to leave, I had just got really, really good. And so our principal was just like, "Are you sure? Are you sure you want to leave?" And I told her one thing. I said, "I want to leave while I still love children." And so that's when I left and decided to like go and pursue counseling and do more counseling. And so that's what I've been doing since then. My life is what led me to what I'm doing in my business, because when you met me, we posted the picture, you sent me that picture. I was 240 plus pounds, like me going through my health journey and then becoming a mother and then going through my health journey. I know we'll talk about more of that to come, is really what has gotten me to where I'm kind of at my life's work right now, helping other moms.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am so glad that you're here to share your story with us tonight. And I'm going to have you for at least another 25, 30 minutes. Yay. So let's dive right in. Can you tell us about your journey from transforming your own health to becoming a mom coach and motivational, wellness speaker? You're all around the world. I've seen you on your social media posting pictures where you're in front of the room and all these ladies are around you. Look like they're getting value. Tell us about that journey from transforming.
I think one of my best friends says the message is for the messenger first. And I think a lot of times in our lives, we go through things and we don't realize why we're going through it. We think that we're going through it just for us to go through it. And as a woman of faith, owning a faith-based business, I just truly believe that God wastes nothing. And so it had to start it just started being like, I'm the only person in my family has battled weight their whole life. Like I have a family of 7 in my family of birth. My mom is thick, but she was small her whole life, right? So motherhood is what put weight on my mom and age, right? So for me, I just was like, something there's something has to be more. The transformation is two parts. When I was around mid-20s, right after I left teaching, I decided, okay, this weight has got to go. Like, I can't keep walking through life at this weight. If I'm not feeling myself, and I know that I want to have children one day. So children was something that was on my mind. I said, this got to be my highest weight, not my base, right? So that motivated me to kind of start looking at my life, looking at myself and what I was capable of doing. And a lot of the things I did to lose the first 75 pounds are things that I'm teaching my moms now through my LIFT framework in my program, Moms on a Mission. And so it's just a lot of the mistakes that I made, a lot of the fad diets I tried, a lot of the different, things that were not sustainable. I'm helping them. I've been able to put that into a platform, an app, a website, for them to actually use and like walk away with. So that's all still with the teaching, right? The curriculum, so I think that we just have to realize that what you're going through in life is for a reason. And when you step away sometimes, when you have arrived or you've overcome, take a second to look. What did I learn here? Like, what really was going on? Because when you do that, you start to see, there's a mission that's tied to this. Maybe there's a way that, I can help other people, because what you go through is never just for you.
Absolutely. I like what you said. You said messages is for the messenger. So when God gives you something, sometimes you're immediately thinking as a coach, as a business-minded individual, like, oh, let me implement this. But you got to let it sink in first. That message, you got to apply it to yourself first before you go apply it to others. And so for those who don't see on Instagram, she just held up, looks like a binder that she's created a whole curriculum around this.
Yes. So the program is called Moms on a Mission. It's a generational health cohort. So my whole premise is that when you lift a mom, you lift the entire family. And going through the concept of the CDC's confirmation that the health and activity level of toddlers is tied directly to the health and activity level of their mothers. So yes, mothers are getting healthier. My moms are losing 15 to 30 pounds in the time they work with me. But the biggest benefit is that your family is going to be changed, right? Like, it's not just for your generation, it's for the generations to come. And the curriculum is my baby, and it's definitely something that moms, they joke, they say they just keep it by the side of their bed. But it includes spiritual resources, physical resources, workouts, and things of that sort, as well as nutritional and emotional resources.
Okay. All right. And I'm sure at the end, you'll tell us where everybody can follow you at and where they can grab that or sign up for, one of your courses. Thank you. So what inspired you to start Simply Passionate Life, SPL, and focus on empowering moms to build generational health? And I know you kind of answered that, but let's just focus just on that. What inspired this name? And, then you said we're building generational health instead of generational wealth, which is what I focused on.
Exactly. I think they're tied together. Trust me, I'm trying to do both too. So the first inspiration, I believe that with every child, a new version of the mother is born. I'm never going to be the same. I'm never going to be the precious Kofi that you met in 2007. I'm not the same. I changed every time from when I married my husband and became a bonus mom to each child. And I founded Simply Passionate Life a year after my firstborn was born. I was nursing her towards the last bit of our nursing journey. And I was like enjoying her, but something in me was like, I know there's more to my life. Like, I know that this, working from home in the school system, kind of like just with the sphere of influence that was within me, I wasn't feeling fulfilled. I knew there was more. And then it was right after the 2016 election. And so it was like everybody was mad. The whole world was mad, arguing, everything. And I just was like, I need to do something. I need to spread joy. And so I prayed about it. I thought about it. I prayed about it. And the name, I played with a whole bunch of names. And one morning I woke up and told my husband, what about Simply Passionate Life? And he was like, yeah, add that to the list. He rolled over. A few hours later, I looked on Instagram, I looked on YouTube, and the rest is history. So that's how Simply Passionate Life was born with my firstborn, and Generational Health Movement and the Moms on a Mission was born after my last born in 2020.
Wow.
Yeah, I had gotten, I had been in my brand for a while. I was doing a lot of blogging, still speaking, doing a lot of women empowerment. I stayed away from motherhood because motherhood is very hood. It's very ghetto. It's very ghetto. It's very ghetto. I recommend with caution. It is very ghetto. It's very hood, and not a lot of people are willing to say that, right? I say it now. It has taken a lot for me to say that out loud. But when I was feeling that way, nobody was saying it. I'm like, now you got to be kidding me. Nobody feels this way, right? Now everybody talking about it. It's me.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah, right. I've heard.
Okay, and so I'm sitting here raising these kids that are beautiful. They look like me. They're wonderful. Like, I know children are blessed with the Lord. But I'm like, why do I want to run away? Why am I overwhelmed? Why am I overweight again? Why am I overworked again? Why am I burnt out again? And I realized that my mom was burned out, and her mom was probably burned out. And nobody had anyone to talk to really get out of that feeling. They just survived it. And so as I was going through that breaking point, I said, Lord, if you get me out of this, I want to create something for other moms so they don't have to go through this alone. And that's when Moms on a Mission was born. I got me a business coach, child, and was able to then really invested in business coach, and was able to put really all of that, what I went through, into a framework to actually help moms not have to go through that by themselves.
This is so good. This is so good. Like, I'm really enjoying this. Like, guys, if you're enjoying this, go ahead, type a 111 in the chat. You need to go ahead and tag some mothers right now. Men, y'all stay on, because y'all need to listen to this as well, because you need to know what women in business are going through. Women who desire, who may not have started the business, but they aspire to, but they're overwhelmed with the household responsibilities, with wearing multiple hats. They need some help. So men, y'all stay in here too. We're celebrating women of all shades. Tomorrow is International Women's Day, but we're kicking it off all month long. This is my first guest. Those who just joined us, we're on with coach, founder, and speaker, Miss Precious K. Williams. So you said a few things. You said pretty much, from experience, this is what sparked this whole idea, and you created a community, right? And so I think that is big. Like, a lot of times we do go through things by ourselves, and it's sometimes in the past, I think it's more embraced now, but in the past, we always would, our great grandparents and so forth, like, you don't tell our business, that stay in the house. No, I need to talk to somebody, or I'm gonna go crazy out here, right? And so you're creating community. So guys, it's okay to be a part of a community, whatever you're going through. Like, I'm still going through grief from losing my mom 2 years ago, and it never gets old, and this is my first time really experiencing grief in a manner, such a, at a pivotal moment right now in my life with what else I had going on. But, in the middle of the economy and everything with the inflation, okay, if bills are not enough right now, I'm getting tongue-tied. Like, that's how overwhelming it was for me. And so a lot of people are going through things, and it's okay to find a mentor, a coach, a pastor, a church, a community of like-minded individuals that's experiencing the same thing, but not just experiencing it. You want to connect to somebody who's been through it and came out of it.
Come on, somebody.
And so you mentioned also that you invested into a business coach. And we have to invest in ourselves in order for us to, get better in an industry or whatever line of profession you're in. Connect with people who are really out there doing it, and they're doing it very well. So if you want to build wealth, you got to connect with multi-millionaires, if not billionaires, if you can find a billionaire that you can get close to, right? So I commend you, Coach Williams, for creating a community and a safe place for women that have experienced what you're going through. All right. So what are some key strategies you teach moms to lighten their load ignite their spark, and embrace a freedom mindset?
Oh boy, that's a big loaded question. There's an 8-week question, but I would definitely dwindle it down to 48 seconds. Some of the biggest things are, one, stop trying to do it without God. Even the Christian moms, right? Especially the Christian moms. We're like, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Okay, I'm going to take that strength, and God, you wait here while I go do it, and I'll be right back. And so we don't want just empowerment, right? That's why I'm not no longer in the empowerment space. I need the abiding. We need to abide in God. We need to abide with people. We need to walk with God. Like, I teach moms, stop trying to be Martha working for God, and be Mary and walk with God. And so we're walking with God in everything. You know, this third set of weight loss did not come off the same. I was 35 years old when I had my last child, right? Well, 34 years old when I had my last child. Now she's about to be 4. Like, this was a different type of weight loss. I needed Jesus. Like, I changed my playlist. I listened to my Bible on audio on the way to the gym. It all seems cliche, but when we start with the identity of like, I'm God's daughter, like, I just want to be with him and I'm going to infuse him into what I'm doing, things do begin to get lighter. And then there's a lot of practical things I teach them, like sleeping, like taking care of yourself as God's daughter, treating yourself as well as you treat your kids. Do your kids have a bedtime routine? Do you have a bedtime routine? Do your kids drink water out of their water bottle 15 million times a day? Where's your water bottle? Like, these are things that we start looking at the comparison. Do your kids eat 3 meals a day and have vegetables at every meal, and you cut up their sandwiches for lunch? But meanwhile, you ain't ate all day. So these are things that you start realizing, I'm on the back burner. I'm not treating myself as a daughter of God should be treated, right? I'm trying to work for God and I'm not really abiding. So in a short way, not so short, it's really about that embracing that identity and truly resting in like, hey, God wants more for me than just to struggle through motherhood till they go to college. Like, that's not what his desire is for you. And if you desire to lose weight or get healthier, that's on his list of abilities too. Like, stop thinking that you're going to just start another diet or start another detox and keep working your way into a hamster wheel. Like, let's try it the other way. Like, and so that's where I would start with moms.
All right. So let me tell you this. This is a inside thing in my community. No, like we cringe when we hear the word TRY. And so you don't know that, but every time you say it, I'm like, oh, just something on the inside. We didn't got. So, we don't say it at all. Yeah. But we say either you're doing it or you're not, right? So attempt. We use the word attempt. So it's all right to attempt and get around the right people, so that you're not tempted. Get around the right people, find you a sis, find you a walking partner, find you, a prayer partner. And, if we're talking about losing weight, we may want to start off by fasting. Right. Is that something that you implemented at all when you were seeking direction?
That's an interesting thing. We're, in some ways, yes. In some ways, we're discussing where are we using as coping mechanisms, right? How can we restrain or abstain from certain things? A lot of the moms that I attract have used a lot of fad diets or extreme measures, and I am very adamant about not going through a restrictive, situation. So I do have moms that have done intermittent fasting or are fasting for a situation at church. But because of that, let me just do this quick thing to get this weight off, I stay away from that in my program. But yes, as a Christian, I absolutely think that you should fast.
Gosh, there's multiple ways, and so you have a set of strategies, I'm sure, in your courses when they join your community, right? So
absolutely, yeah.
Awesome. This is amazing, guys. If you like what you're hearing, go ahead and type in 111. Let us know that you're listening and you're hearing Coach Precious Williams loud and clear. So moving right along, we have a few more minutes with her. We are celebrating Women's History Month tomorrow on the 8th. It is International Women's Day, and I'm just excited to really kick it off. I will be going live throughout the week. I don't know exactly what day I'm gonna be popping up on y'all. So look for the flyers and look for my new surprise special guest every single week. I'm gonna have at least 2 to 3 women on my platform. We're live on Facebook, 2 of my pages there, my business page, my personal page. You should be watching us on YouTube. If you just tuned in, make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you follow Precious. Where can they follow you at? We're not done with the interview, but I need to stop real quick. They need to go follow you.
Yes. Well, I'm Precious K. Williams on all platforms, so you can find me on YouTube. My YouTube channel is entitled "It's Mom's Turn" with Precious K. Williams, and so because that's a big part of my message is that it's okay, Mom, take your turn, right? But you got to do some work before you can get there. But in the end, we outside, okay? We inside with our kids 90% of the time, but the other 10 belongs to you, all right? Or the first 10 belongs to you. And but Precious K. Williams on all platforms, super simple to find me. And PreciousKWilliams.com, that's my home. And I'm excited. That launched like 2 months ago. It was simplypassionatelife.com. And we just taking it up a level for all the businesses that are current and to come at PreciousKWilliams.com.
Amazing. Thank you so much. So y'all go follow Precious K. Williams. And on YouTube, it is It's Mom Turn. All right. All right. So moving right along, how do you balance being a loving mom of 3, a faithful wife, and a successful mom coach / speaker?
Well, I think it's interesting that when you talked about TRY, balance, there are 2 words that are in my community that typically I'm like, excuse me. One is balance, and 2 is should, right? We don't use the shame word like I should be here, I should be there, I should have not done this. But balance, I don't believe in balance. Balance is found in Father, Son, Holy Spirit. That's the only balanced entity in the world, right? We know that we attempt at it, but it is really not possible, in my opinion, as a wife and a mom. But harmony, however, is. And so I believe in harmony, that balance says everything is going to get its equal share at all times. Harmony says sometimes I'm going to be a stellar wife. Most of the time, I like that man. So I like to be at least a good wife all the time, right? Awesome. Sometimes I'm going to be a great mom, and sometimes I'm going to be a mom whose kids are healthy, loved, and happy. But I might not be the Pinterest mom that day, and that's okay. So I think the way that I am able to find that harmony is that I've given myself grace. I've allowed myself to realize that like half the stuff we think our kids and our family expect from us, they don't. My kids don't. They don't expect for their food to be different shapes at every meal and for them to have something different to eat every single day. They want to eat. They rather me sit down with them than me running around trying to balance having a perfectly clean house, a perfectly manicured nails, perfectly manicured kids' hair. So I think that in our world today, especially with how we can watch so many people with social media, that word balance is more of it's really a weight. It's one of the mental weights that moms are carrying. And so I help them, and I really believe that they need to let that weight go.
Absolutely. I like that. It's a harmony. You just find a harmony, find a movement, right? It's a rhythm to it, right?
Yes, you got it. And we both have sung. I know you come from a musical family, and I think harmony makes way more sense. If you think even about thinking about the Lord, like there are seasons, and there are seasons. And when you realize those seasons and those rhythms, then the whole family can be in what the girls like to say, alignment. Like we know there's certain months that if I'm launching, daddy got it, right? If I'm launching a new cohort, daddy got it. Y'all gonna get all the hugs from me, but you might not. It's gonna be a different season. And the kids have come to realize like, oh, you on a call, have a good call, right? Like now they're part of the rhythm. They see like, oh, this is something that mom is excited about. And I think that when we neglect ourselves, we think that we're doing our family a favor, but we're not.
Good. That's good. I'm just thinking about my sister right now because she's a new mom again, you know, 4, is it? Girl, I love my nieces and nephews, honey. And my brother, he has a new one on the way. So I'm just excited. You know, I love being an auntie. So I ain't gotta worry about balance and harmony and all that. Look, I'm at peace. When I send them back home, I'm like, peace.
Right. Well, you are needed. Rich aunties are needed. You gotta be part of that village because that's the part of the lightening their load, letting people help you, assigning people,
Yes.
delegating stuff. Yeah, it's super important.
That's good. It takes a village. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right. So you notice I added your website. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
PreciousKWilliams.com.
Yes, that's it.
All right.
And I have a free
Awesome.
quiz on there for moms. So for your sister-in-law or sister-in-love and your sister, the incomparable Shayna, let them know. PreciousKWilliams.com/quiz. That's where you can go to take your free quiz and see where you really are. A lot of moms, especially Christian moms, especially wealthy moms, because I know you're dealing with generational wealth. They're walking around, I'm good. You know, you got your bags, you got your makeup, your lashes, everything seems good. But when you get down to it, where is your heart? How do you really feel? We don't want to just do well. We don't want to just look well. We want to actually feel well and feel good in our skin and take off the lashes at the end of the day or before you get that refill and be like, you know what? I'm proud of what I've poured into myself today. Like my kids have a good mom and they actually get to see me living a full human experience. I'm not just their mom. They know who I am as a person.
Amazing. I love it. Yes. And you have some adorable daughters. And I just commend you, like when you got married and you was a mom, you know, well, not even a blended family. You took on full-time 100% mom role. And I was just so happy just watching you evolve. And then you was pregnant and then you had another one. I'm like, oh, she doing the thing. Okay.
Listen, that's it though. That's all. 3 and done. 3 and
Yes,
out. But it is a blessing. Like you know, you do have to remind yourself, especially as an ambitious woman, that you know they are priceless. You can't never get them back, right? So I do love my baby girls, and I love them being able to see like I'm like I did life didn't. This is gonna sound weird, but life didn't stop when you guys came, right? Like you came, you added to my life. I'll never be the same. And now you can also see like, dang, mom's still going for her dreams. Like she's still speaking on these stages. Like she's still doing these things because I have you to watch me and I want you to go after your dreams. Your kids aren't going to do what you say to do. You tell them to work hard, go after your dreams, and they don't ever see you working hard and going after your dreams.
That part, that's good.
You know, that's the generational health. They are seeing me work hard to be healthy, mind, body, spirit, and fulfilled. It aids in them. Anytime that I'm not directly paying attention to them, I'm making sure I am investing in something that's going to benefit me and run over onto them, right? And so you gotta, when you get that mindset shift, it does change what you say yes, no to and what you say no to, but it does make you say yes to yourself more, right? Like I want to treat myself as well as I treat them, and I want them to learn what a mom looks like from me, you know, and not from what the world says how a mom is supposed to operate.
Amen. Amen. God is good. This is amazing. This is amazing. I hope you all are thoroughly enjoying what you're hearing. We have coach, speaker, founder of Simply Passionate Life on right now, Miss Precious K. Williams. We're just going to ask maybe about 2 more questions. And I know you have to get the kids in the bed and all that good stuff. So how do you believe generational health can impact families in the long term?
Yeah.
And why is it important to start with the mom's health?
Yeah. So you mentioned getting the kids to bed. You know, my dad never put me to sleep. My dad never put a single piece of lotion on my body. I don't think he knew where the lotion was in my house, right? That I use. But my husband does bedtime every night, right? We have a system where I pick up the kids from school because he works at 8:30 and then he goes and does his thing, right? They're seeing a picture of life that's just completely different than I saw. And I believe that generational health even goes in that piece. That's like mom is not going to run herself ragged from picking us up to cooking us dinner, to putting us to bed, to passing out. Like, no, like she gets a turn in this household. And so that's on I had to mention that. But on the generational health side with our physical health, it's so important. It's so important. There are so many, y'all gonna get yes, be ready. Get your pens ready. There are so many diseases and ailments that are preventable that have plagued our people for generations and generations that we have carried on and passed down. And we no longer have to accept it. We have more resources, more access, but it's generational. We've been used to eating the way we've been used to eating. We've been used to the amount of movement we've been used to. And the reality is, if you don't work for your health today, your kids will work for the mistakes that you refuse to work for in their life. When I go to the doctor, I have to fill out all of the health issues. High blood pressure on both sides, high cholesterol on both sides, seizures on one side, arthritis on the other side, right? Is it their fault? No. These women, this man and this woman were immigrants. They came to this country with nothing, right? They worked themselves to the bone. I, however, decided that it ends with me. So when it comes down to generational health, you have to decide, whatever runs in my family is going to end with me. And there are a lot of things that you can do to prevent those chronic illnesses. Managing your stress, moving your body 30 minutes a day, sleeping 7 to 8 hours. I know that sounds absurd, especially for moms. So start at 6, right? Start at something where you can get a consistent bedtime routine so that the hours of sleep you get are quality and not just falling asleep all over the house. You would be surprised, right? How many moms just fall asleep with no routine throughout the house. So those are some things that are, starting points, but because these are the things that are proven to improve your overall health, to stop free radicals from multiplying in your body, leading to cancer, to stop the stress and anxiety that leads to stomach issues and other long-term high blood pressure, right? Sleep is tied to high blood pressure. All of these things are tied to chronic illnesses. And then to the second part of your question about why I start with the mom, once again, the CDC has proven the health and activity level of toddlers is tied to the health and activity level of their mothers. We biologically are tied to these children, right? My skin held my children's skin. Like, this is a different experience, right? Like, they model how they exist in the world based off their first home, which is me. Yes. And so your father, very important. My husband is the head of our household.
Come on, girl.
Come on. Okay, gladly.
Respect that man. Come on now.
Jesus. But he's the head of our household. Even his health is mirrored off mine. Yes. When I'm healthier, when I'm doing stuff, when I'm, whatever I'm eating, like I went and got some fresh juice today. I got him one, and he wasn't thinking about buying him no fresh juice. So now he's gonna have a few days of fresh juice, right? So it's not a pressure thing. Like, if I don't do it, they're not gonna do it. No, it's about you getting yourself lifted so that the whole family can come out.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And it just trickles on down. So you're doing an amazing job. You're glowing. Look how beautiful you are. That skin, honey. Look at you coming on here. You sure you're not still in your 20s?
I put some, girl, I'm aging backwards. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I put some grease on though for you because I knew that you was gonna be shiny, and I want to have my muscles out. So I was like, let me put some oil on.
And I started to put on some sequins. I was like, now don't do all of that. Stop it, Tasha.
I'm glad you did just enough. You got your money green on. I had to do a little bit of an athleisure situation, but I was like, okay, if they can't see my whole body, at least they know, oh, she worked out a little bit, so yeah.
Yeah, you cut up, you cut. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, so let's do one last question. Which one?
Which one?
Let's see. Can you share a success story of a mom you've coached who has seen significant positive change in her life or her family's health?
Oh, I love that question. Well, I have a lot of success stories. I'm going to share two of the main ones. One was a weight loss story, and one was a lift, a mom lift story. So the weight loss story. I have a mom that was going to join my program when her baby was like 4 months old. She ended up not joining. We talk about timing, right? She ended up not joining the program at that time. She didn't feel like the time was right for her to join the program. Well, we did our cohort. I served those women. The next cohort came around, and she's an educator, and she joined that cohort. When I tell you that woman came in, her baby was about 6.5 months, which was actually a better timeline for her. In the time that she joined the program until now, she's lost 30 pounds. Her baby is now 1. Not only that, her husband has started to get more active in his weight loss journey, right? And their household in all has just become more active. She posts pictures in our app of her going walking with her son, showing that, she's had friends of hers that reached out to me like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how such and such has changed. This is another sister that's battled weight loss or not issues, but that has battled weight loss for her whole life. This was not just a postpartum thing. And I think a lot of times we think that I'm going to snap back. Snap back to what? Like, we're not machines. We're not robots. Like, you are a new person and have a new set of responsibilities. Our DNA is forever changed. That's scientific. And so I'm so blessed that I'm able to still be a part of her life. She still posted today. She posted her meals, right? 7 months later, still posting her meals on her app, still getting coaching and support from me, and still moving her body and on her journey, right, to maintain this lifestyle. So that is my first big success story. So Renee, I love you. She wouldn't mind me saying her name. Yay! She's amazing.
Congrats, Renee.
Yeah, congrats, Renee. And the second success story is a mom lift. So that's weight loss. And she's lifted in a lot of ways too. But the second mom did not have much weight to lose, but she just felt like she wasn't prioritizing her health, wasn't working out the way she wanted to, and did not realize that she wasn't fulfilled until we started working together, right? She had never taken a solo vacation. Her son was 11, had never taken a solo vacation, and couldn't remember the last time she took a couple vacation. Y'all, she's been in our community for a year. She's done 2 solo vacations, went on a trip with her mom for the first time. They went to Daytona, did something she never would have expected to do. Her husband and her went on a trip to France and went all across Belgium and all these things. She's taking her turn. Now she gets her nails done every Sunday, implementing these routines, this mom care routine that we have put in place so that like her son now will not expect his wife to do nothing but carry him around, their kids around the soccer.
Yeah.
Like she still carries him around the soccer. She still is a teacher of the year. She still does all things she did before, but then she gives herself time for herself. Now she does them with her nails done. She does those with new outfits that she decides that that she can invest in herself, and with experiences of traveling and things like that. So like her story is an unconventional success story, but I can give you 20 more of those because it's really important that moms take their turn and don't just be on the back burner.
There you have it. Yes, those are absolutely worth praising and mentioning. Those testimonies can help, others see what it is that they're missing. And so let me tell y'all something. I thank y'all for tapping in. But look here, if any of this resonate with you and you like, look, I need to know this woman. I need this coach in my life. Y'all go follow my sister. She is one of the best out here. She is here in metropolitan Atlanta, but you coach others in different states around the world, right?
Yeah, we have women in California, Texas, Connecticut, DC, Indiana, and Illinois, Georgia, of course, Tennessee, and then we have some interest in Canada right now and Paris. So it's super exciting. But all of it is virtual. We do weekly workouts, and then our coaching calls are weekly for those who are in the cohort currently. But they get full lifelong access to our community, so they still get the support and still get the community after they're done with their part of the program.
Awesome. All right. I was looking up at Instagram. So there you have it. Thank you so much, so much, Precious. I love you, sis. I remember when we went to the Bahamas, girl.
Girl, I was just thinking about that crazy trip.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
We were in the Bahamas having a ball, y'all. This was when she was still single. We was doing business though. We was her and I first time doing business together, we were putting women in body magics. Okay. That was that super girdle. It still ain't no girdle that can match that girdle. People was dropping 2 to 3 sizes literally in 10 minutes. We had them on the floor, buckling them up in them garments. We made thousands of dollars from that company. But I remember we traveled together. We actually went to London together, y'all. We was all through the streets of London like we've been there before. Okay. Yeah. So I enjoyed traveling with you and just really, being on this run, entrepreneurship, and seeing how you've grown and you're thriving. So much success in all that you do. And I thank you tonight for being my guest. Again, guys, you can follow. The website is scrolling. If you're on Facebook and YouTube, it is www.preciouskWilliams.com. Just the letter K. God bless you. Thank you, sis. I'm going to make an announcement and you can go ahead and be with your family and be with your husband tonight. Do what you do, boo. Thank you for taking out some time for me and my guests and my followers on tonight. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, there you have it, guys. I am so excited that I was able to share her with you all on tonight. I'm going to be doing this, like I said, the whole month of March. Tomorrow on the 8th is Actuals International's Women Day, where we just celebrate women of all shades, all around the world that are impacting, that are doing something to change, their current situation, their family situation, professional, the career world, and so forth. They're not just sitting around letting life happen to them or us, but we're making something happen. We're changing the trajectory of our legacy, and we're building legacies and impacting the world worldwide. So God bless you. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to see if I can share my flyer. I am looking for about 3 new amazing women that are doing some major things in the community. You definitely need to have a track record. If you are interested in being on my next platform, again, we're going to be going live. The whole fact sheet, a 10 list fact sheet of what it is you've accomplished as an entrepreneur, as a professional, as a minister, whatever it is that your titles are. Go ahead and list those titles and share them with me. I am looking for 3 other women that I may have not even probably connected with in the past. But I do have a treat for you all. So y'all stay tuned. Look out for the flyer. I'm going to see if I can share my screen really quick so you can see this flyer. And do share it for me. Screenshot it when I put it up. Because I'm excited. And, these ladies are going to be talking about so much added value, a whole bunch of added value. Some of them have products, health products that they're selling. Some of them may be beauticians, barbers, realtors, life insurance owners, CEOs. I have one that works for State Farm. She has her own State Farm company located in South Carolina, I think it is. So I'm excited. Okay, I'm not going to be able to share my screen. But anyway, y'all just come back. Make sure you go to my social media and screenshot the flyer that says I am looking for other women, bosses, CEOs to showcase on my platform. God bless you. Happy Women's Month. Y'all make sure y'all respect the ladies that are doing their thing out here. Let them know, send them their flowers while they can smell them. Let them know you appreciate them. And definitely start in-house. Start with your mom. Start with your sisters, your aunties that are in business or that have changed your life. It could just be Big Mama, okay? Big Mama just praying for you. Thank her. Give her an extra kiss, some extra love this whole entire month. Let's really get the word out that we need to celebrate women. And definitely us melanin women, baby, we got to support each other. We got to come together. So again, reach out to me if you know that you add value to this world, to your community. I want to hear from you. Go ahead and DM me or email me, okay? You can email me at info at myassetsllc.com. info@myassetsllc.com, and send over your bio, send over your 10 list fact sheet on what it is you've accomplished and what you have to offer our communities. All right. God bless you. Thank you guys for tuning in. YouTube, I love you guys. My subscribers are constantly going up every single month. If you are new to my YouTube, please make sure you subscribe and do come back. God bless you. Bye-bye.